the Top Spin guys. I've got Manuel Bivan. Manuel Bivan. He's the lead designer on Top Spin for the Xbox 360. Welcome.
Hello.
I'm here with Jean-François Capizzi, and you are the project manager for Top Spin for the PlayStation 2.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
How's the show for you guys?
Very good.
Yeah,
Lot
been
of
great.
things to see, a lot of good games. That's amazing what cool things are going to be there in the coming year. And yeah, we're very enthusiastic about that.
Excellent. And you have two games. You have Top Spin for PlayStation 2 and for Xbox 360. How are they different?
So the Top Spin version on PS2 is, I would say, I won't say a port because it's more than that, but it's pretty much the version Top Spin on Xbox, which now come on PS2 version. So that's very enthusiastic for PS2 users because now they can play the best tennis game on their console.
Right.
So, and it's more than just a port because we added a few features, cool features, which are the iToy feature, for instance. So now players are able to put their own face on the player.
Oh wow, that's cool. That's and you're using the iToy camera for that.
And to play against Federer, to play against Sharapova, these kind of things. So that's very cool for them. Plus the fact we added an online mode, which is quite unusual on PS2 version.
A night mode?
Yeah. Online mode through GameSpy, so people can just play together with buddies online, and that's also very...
online mode. I thought you said a night mode. I haven't seen a night mode in tennis. You could be onto something. Online mode,
which is very good actually for PS2.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Users. So
that's great. And so, who are the tennis players that we'll see?
On the Top Spin PS2 version, we have quite the same players than the Xbox version, but we refresh that a bit, adding Federer, adding Hewitt, adding Sharapova, adding Williams, Venus Williams. So cool players, which are right now top-ranked players for people. In that way, they just don't have the same lineup than for the Xbox version. They have something which is just up to date. So that's cool for them as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. And what about the Xbox 360?
Well, the Xbox 360 version is a new game. It's Top Spin 2. And basically we have a lot of new things going on. We have, gameplay-wise, we have decided to keep the same basic controls because they were a big success on the first Xbox. But we have added a lot of depth to them. So now you have 4 wrist shots instead of just one. 4 different kind of wrist shots.
Wow.
And on top of that, we have another layer of controls called the advanced shots, which allow you to do all the crazy shots that you could not do in Top Spin. And now you can do them like a very weak volley that falls right behind the net, or desperate passing shots, desperate lobs, things like that.
Wow.
So that's what's new in terms of gameplay.
Is that something that people who played the game kind of wanted? Is that something you've heard from people?
Yeah, well, we wanted to keep the game very accessible at first, because that's what made the success of Top Spin.
Absolutely.
But we listened to the players, and some of the criticism came from the wrist shots and things like that. So that's why we put a lot of effort into changing that.
Yep.
And also we have a career mode that is a lot deeper than in Top Spin. So we have, you can actually be a tennis player, a professional tennis player for a lot of years, and play in a lot of tournaments, have a lot of special events, play against the top players in the world, and you can create your player too.
Okay.
We had a player creator in Top Spin, and in Top Spin 2, it's even more detailed. You can change a lot of things, and your player also changes as he ages.
Really?
As he plays in the sun, he gets a suntan and things like that.
And now, does your player also kind of change as he gets older? I mean, in terms of experience, probably gets better. But then, if you're playing for years and years and years, does he kind of then tend to lose his abilities as well?
No, actually, no.
No. Okay.
No.
We still have a little, unlike real life, sort of fantasy to keep us going. We won't actually.
We don't want to push the realism through that point, because we don't want players to feel that they are quicker than before.
Right,
That's
right.
something we don't want to go with.
Because then we just play in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to have a reason to play, the game instead.
But it's a video game, so we want people to
Right.
have fun with
Exactly.
it, which is the main point.
That's great.
And our main focus on this version, 360 version, will be to increase the realism with several, I would say, aspects of the game, which are the season mode, which is deeper. You can play a real calendar season, like the ATP Tour in real tennis. You can also, yes, as said Manuel, see your player older through the career, so that's also something which is good. And you can, if you play, for instance, a 5-set match, you will see your player sweating, you will see
Wow.
these kind of things.
Yeah.
Always to add immersion in the game and just make people feel that they are playing real tennis.
Right.
So that's the point we want to push. And I would say the 360 version console allow us that because with all the power it provides for games, we can have amazing graphics, we can have very realistic things, and that's something which help us a lot to make the sequel of the best tennis game. So we want to push that.
And now we should say something. Footage that everyone's seeing. Which version is that?
It's Top Spin PS2 version.
Okay.
Yeah. So a demo of the 360 version is running at the E3, but yeah.
Okay. But they're not going to see that. Okay. Question from Andreas from the Netherlands wants to know how many different playable characters there are in the games.
So in the game we'll have the 360 version. We'll have a good lineup, a very good lineup actually, because we don't have any fake players anymore. We just have pro players. So we have about 24 pro players with the top ranked players as Roddick, Hewitt, Federer, Moya, Sharapova, Venus Williams. These kind of players which are very well known and very good at the moment. So
That should be enough. I think we're on. Are we on? Okay. I think the name is Zavian from Washington, D.C. wants to know any chance of a GameCube version. I think I could probably answer that.
actually it's something we don't look forward because that's quite different regarding the architecture, the kind of things. But we think about having Topspin 2 on upcoming platforms, these kind of things. It's things we want to push as well.
Now, will we have also the options to play on a clay court, grass court? How will the actual play feel?
Absolutely, we'll have the 4 basic different kind of courts, and also it's not just surface. We have playgrounds that are located in cities or on the beach or in different areas, and then we have the stadiums, the real stadiums in which the tournaments take place. So that's 2 different kind of environments you can play in, and in both the audience is different and they react to how the match is going in a different way.
And now thank you. I think also, let's see. Sorry, I don't know if I should ask you this. Well, I'll save that question for later. But tell me about the graphics in the game, because that's one thing that really stood out in the Xbox version. I mean, it looks fantastic. It looks very realistic. So what have you done with the Xbox 360 game, and then what will we see in the PlayStation 2 version?
In the 360 game, we are able to push the graphic side thanks to the console, the power of the console first. But it's not just that. We also want to add realism by putting some life in the tennis game. So it's just not you and your buddy on the court to play tennis. It's more than that. You have people reacting the way you play, so they will just cheer you if you play well. They will be bored and leave the tennis court if you play bad. So that's a way to push the graphics as well. And which is good, we had a lot of details on the court. So as we say, on the clay, if you dive on the clay, you will see your shirt just dirty, and that's this kind of details which graphically speak to the user. So
Right, absolutely. Because it feels like the real experience,
Yeah,
not,
of
not a
course.
synthesized experience.
Yeah.
And the 360? You speak to
That was for
speaking to
360
both,
actually.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
And the PS2 version, if we want to talk about that a bit, if you just compare the two versions, Xbox One and PS2 version, it's pretty much the same,
Yeah.
which is very challenging on
Yeah.
on PS2 because it's not the same power regarding the console, and people will feel it's quite the same game. So
Right.
that's something we are pretty proud of.
And what about the sound, the voices?
Well,
Action.
we have an audience. When you're playing in a tournament, the audience will react precisely depending on how the last point just went. So if you were very lucky, for example, you'll get the crowd like, oh, you know, and if you get the stadium announcer will call you up, and you'll get all the sounds that you
Real.
find in a tennis game. That's typical.
And then what about tricks?
Tricks.
Yes, any tricks, any special little tricks?
So you will have, as Manuel said, several wrist shots, these kind of things. As tricks, we add the advanced shots, which are the other layer of shots. It's something which is on Top Spin 1 on Xbox. It was automatic, yeah. So you didn't decide, I want to dive at this point. It was just automatic. Now you will be able with advanced shots to say, I want to make a desperate shot now to catch the ball. So you will play a specific move
Okay.
that will be,
Okay, so
quite
you're kind of hitting a button and then
interesting.
executing
Yeah.
the move. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Xbox 360 as well?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
actually on Xbox 360.
Oh, okay.
We have
so
a lot.
you're confusing me being the PlayStation 2 and
Yeah.
the
So-
other way around. Right, okay, good. We have a question from Greg Koshman in Trenton, Ontario, wants to know, will there be any downloadable content for the online?
Yeah, we
Good
will have
question.
that. It's something Microsoft push very hard, and we are very happy to be able to do that with the game. So we will be able to download a lot of content. We can imagine downloading players, venues, outfit for your own player, these kind of things. So that will be also a way to improve the game after the shipping. So
And we have another question. I just had to take another question from the Netherlands because we're getting so many. This is kind of
Yeah.
strange. This one is from Nico van Berk, and he wants to know, in the first game there was a feature called XSN Sports. Do you know if there's going to be some sort of tournament play for the sequel of Top Spin on the Xbox?
actually, it's something we are thinking about. We plan to develop own website in order to put people in relation to help them to build their own tournament. But what is very good is that on Top Spin 1 we get aware of the fact that people just create their own websites to organize tournaments, these kind of things. So that's something which is very good for us, and yeah.
Yeah, we had a very good community on the first one, so we're pretty happy that we have a good following.
Well, is there anything that you guys want to add about the games before I think we're down to about a minute, so what would you like to add?
I think Top Spin 2, the goal of Top Spin 2 is to confirm the fact that it's the best tennis game on console right now, with an easy and pick up and play, so everybody can just take the pad and play the game without having long hours of playing behind them. So that's a very good point. And also that realism, which will give the user the impression that it's real tennis.
Great. And when will the games be out?
It will be out end of 05.
For both.
Yeah.
Okay.
So user will spend some good Christmas holidays.
Great.
Actually.
Excellent planning. Well, thank
Yeah.
you guys so much. Good luck. If people watching, listening are on the show floor, both versions are playable at the booth. And for those of you at home, check out GameSpot. We will have footage and more information as the show continues. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think we're going to head into more footage of E3 2005. Here it is.